everybody, it's Ashlee Welcher with Central Alabama Voice, and today I am joined by none other than my sister, Kayla Lightsey, and I'm going to let her introduce herself and what she does.
Hey everybody, I'm Kayla Lightsey, and I am the owner and creative director of Glamour and Grace Studio of Dance. Glamour and Grace is in the heart of Talladega County in Childersburg, Alabama. We're located right downtown Childersburg, and this will be our fourth season in business starting in a few weeks in September. I have dreamed since I was a very little girl of owning my own dance studio. I have danced since I was 3 and spent the majority of my life dancing. I competed myself as a young teenager and then taught throughout my college career at Auburn School of Dance and Performing Arts. So we are super excited about starting our fourth season and ending our previous season with some national title holders. So I'm really pumped about our next season.
So I wanted to sit down with Kayla today because she is a influential small business in the Childersburg area, and I am originally from Childersburg, which is where she resides still now. And I wanted to talk with her a little bit about how COVID has affected her small business. We know of so many small businesses nowadays and during this pandemic that have gone through so much heartache, so much financial hurt. And we wanted to kind of get her perspective on how it's affected her business, as well as kind of talk about what are some reformations you're making into your upcoming year.
Well, I mean, obviously, COVID-19, or what we call coronavirus, has really affected not only the nation as a whole, but definitely small businesses, because we don't have the capacity nor the financial resources to rebound like larger companies and larger facilities do. And the dance industry has really been hit hard because of the restrictions that have been kind of placed on us. Last year, our season dramatically ended in March. We really didn't expect it to end the way that it did, but it did. We provided online Zoom instruction March, April, and May. We were not able to have our annual dance recital, which was really devastating for our recreational program. And we have a 2-track program. We have a recreational program and a pre-professional program that is for dancers who are on the competitive track and want to do post-secondary dance. And even our pre-professional track was affected because 90% of the remaining competitions that we had scheduled for March, April, May, they were all canceled. So we did have some very small opportunities for a couple of our kids who pre-qualified for nationals to go and compete their solos at nationals, and they were able to place. But it really affected our whole team and the momentum that we had coming into a really amazing winning competitive season for us. So it definitely ended our season very quickly, which as a small business owner is very difficult because your annual recital is a huge revenue stream for us. Our annual program is a huge revenue stream for us. Those are the things that kind of keep us in business. And our instructors, especially mine, Christian Burnett, top-notch choreographer. It's very tough to find people as qualified as he is. He gives me his soul as his sole boss. Right. So it was up to me to kind of help continue to put food on his table through the times that we really didn't have any business. And so it is really tough as a business owner. So this coming up season, we're having to prepare a little differently for the coming up season. We're having to offer triple the classes that we were because of class sizes. All of the intensives and summer camps that we had this summer, we had to provide temperature checking when they walked in the door. Our waiting rooms were not open. If we did have the waiting rooms open, the parents had to wear masks. We double sanitize everything, mats, everything, bars. We're having to kind of space dancers out, which is very difficult because when you are a dance studio that truly embraces all of dance, you're dancing together. You're touching
Correct.
people.
Correct.
And physical touch is a huge thing when you're talking about choreography and making somebody feel something when they watch a routine. You don't want to sit there and watch people dance separately. You revel in the fact that you can watch physical touch and you can watch lifts and things that are a little more difficult. So it definitely has affected that.
Aside from COVID, and maybe get into a little bit more of a positive stream of conversation, I wanted to talk a little bit about what seems to be, and maybe it's just in our more rural areas and maybe just in our more, how should I say it, conservative state. we have the mindset that dance is only for girls, and only girls can go dance. And I kind of want you to touch on, because I know you have some guys that dance with you, and they are just as immaculate and just as talented as the girls, if not even more. So I want you to talk about that and kind of how you feel maybe our community, our state, and everybody can embrace that dance is not just for females.
You know, that's an amazing point. You know, last fall, you know, there was a really, really popular news anchor that made a little bit of I would hate to say vulgar, but it was kind of a vulgar remark, or, you know, a very nasty remark about a boy dancing. And it was kind of derogatory to the fact that boys should not be dancing. However, there is a new movement going out all across America right now about, you know, supporting our boys, about we're with him. We're the Dance With Him movement. And we at Glamour and Grace are so inclusive of our boys. We are so lucky. Boys have such a different ability level than girls, and it is crazy what they bring to the table. They can take a dance from being one level of difficulty or one level of feeling and take it to something completely different. And dance is not about I'm gonna be you know, have this female vibe, or I'm going to be weak, or I'm going to be overly emotional, or whatever. You know, we've got people like Travis Wall, who was on So You Think You Can Dance, amazing choreographer. Stephen Twitch Boss, who was also a hip hop instructor of mine, actually. He went to Stanford, trained me before he ever became famous. Those men are standing up in the movement and saying, hey,
Yeah.
you know, look at us. We can be, you know, we do this too, and we're not weak. We're not female. We're not emasculated. We're not any of these things. And so when we got Cullen, right, which if you want to see him, check out our page, y'all. His solo is to die for, make you cry. He started with us last fall, and he was so intimidated at first because he was like, hey, is anybody going to accept me for this competitive drive that I have? And I was like, buddy, we are going to make this happen for you. I promise, just trust us. And guys, he hit the stage, and every time we left somewhere, people were telling him how much watching him dance affected them, because men can tell such a powerful story. And it is proven and research-based that boys dancing can help your baseball ability, can help your football ability. It helps agility. It helps flexibility. It helps focus and training. It requires so much. It's a sport. It is a sport just like anything else, and it requires dedication, and it requires focus and confidence and all those things that are being built in boys doing dance. So, I mean, I know for a fact that there's NFL players out there that say, hey, you know, I took ballet as a young boy because I wanted to increase my agility. I wanted to increase my ability to act responsibly. So we are definitely pushing our support of our male dancers. We actually have another male dancer this season. His name is Payne, and we're so excited to have him as well. So definitely if your son has an interest in dance and is interested in sharing his love for dance or his craft, or even just to support his future skills as an athlete, do not overlook what dance can provide for your son. Please don't, because it isn't a feminine thing anymore. You can put your son in a hip hop class and he can throw down just like everybody else. And if you want to put your son in a contemporary class, he can make them cry better than any girl just by watching him. And he doesn't have to be feminine. He can be just as manly as he is out there on a baseball field, you know, catching ground balls. So it's super exciting, and please don't overlook your son's ability to do that, because also, I mean, girls love a man that can dance. Ladies, we know that. We know that's facts.
I want to thank Kayla for being here with me today and talking a little bit about Glamour and Grace. And we're just excited that she is doing so well throughout all of the chaotic pandemic that's going on. Dance still stands, and I am Ashlee Welcher with Central Alabama Voice, and thank you so much for tuning in today.